Whoa!
Whoa.
Hey!
Wait, you sit down to meditate, next thing you know, you're in the Pac-12.
Listen to the wind rush through the bamboo.
Wow.
Do
Well,
you hear what it's saying?
something about the Rose Bowl.
Rose Bowl.
Yeah! Welcome to Shutdown Full Pacific Coast.
I'm Spencer Hall.
I'm Jason Kirk. We're here to talk about Pac-12 football.
Remember, the Pac-12, the original hipsters conference, the second oldest conference in the major conferences, formed in 1915 in Portland, Oregon, the town of strip clubs, bars, homebrew, craft beer, and most importantly, this is the conference that has a bird on it because it was born in the dream that is Portland.
This is also a conference that had electricity and black people well before the SEC did, but listen, nobody wants to go back and dig into the 1980s.
Also remember the Pac-12, good at a lot of things. It's a very diverse athletic conference. They're good at swimming, volleyball. You know, they're pretty much, they're good at like every sport. You know, you might call this excellence. I'm going to call it socialism, Paul.
Roll Tide!
Also remember, this is a conference that's very serious about football, but not quite as serious as others, just because there's a lot of things to worry about out west.
Yeah, you got your mountain ranges, you got tsunamis, you got scorpions in Arizona, you got the avalanches.
Bigfoot, who might be Mike Leach, maybe the same person up in Washington.
Mike Leach would probably kill him if not.
Yeah.
Mike Leach enters, Bigfoot enters, also only one leaves.
Yeah. Keep in mind, there is another threat that you have to worry about out in the Pac-12, Ed Orgeron.
The most dangerous predator of all.
He's just sitting there in LA waiting to go off.
Waiting to recruit a 5-star tackle from Memphis who knows how to read a book.
That's the trick. He's gonna be waiting forever.
We've got him contained, folks.
But let's get to know the schools and the personalities behind this enigmatic monster of a conference out west.
A diverse range of institutions. Let's start at the top. USC, the private school that's also really good at football.
Yeah, USC is kind of like Stanford, but not quite as good, and if you want anal sex. By the way, if you want to attend USC, you gotta shave your pubes. They have someone who checks, and it's not Lane Kiffin. It's Lane Kiffin. By the way, think about that last line, and then look at the sweater in the USC online shop. Don't buy it.
Talk about a Trojan horse. Also, we have Arizona State, which is also a lot like USC, but with even more butt sex.
And it's gonna be filmed. That's actually on the application.
Todd Graham will probably do the filming, which is why he gets such great distribution.
Yeah, by the way, Todd Graham's also going to be staying with you if you're a student at Arizona State. 1, there's no way he's buying a house, and 2, it's in his contract.
There's also Stanford, the private school, whose football is usually also private.
Very private.
You often do not want to watch it.
Stanford Stadium, remember, the only stadium in the Pac-12 that they made smaller.
UC Berkeley, where Golden Bears football often gets interrupted by like winning the Nobel Prize and like probably like being elected president and like something.
Nerds. You think you're so smart, why'd you build your stadium on a fault line? An active fault? Maybe because you wanted it to die.
And it's like the University of Colorado, where football.
Man, I forget what I was saying. It's just football.
Have you ever thought about like if your legs were candy canes?
No.
You had to walk across like an anthill.
What if you were a buffalo?
What if like your soul was a buffalo, but like Ted Turner made a burger out of you and you had to eat it?
Awesome.
You know what I mean?
Utah. It's not BYU.
It's BYU.
It's not BYU.
It's redneck BYU.
They can drink beer there.
It's butt sex BYU.
Yeah, that's totally right.
See?
Yeah.
It's BYU. Might as well be called BYUB.
S? How dare you say that Barb Hendrickson goes there? Washington State. You need to know this. Washington State, closest to Sasquatch. Also has Mike Leach.
The evidence continues. Staying in the state of Washington, you have the University of Washington.
Washington. Bruce Lee went there.
He met an unfortunate end, just like the football program, at the hands of
Ty Willingham. Ty Willingham killed them both. Arizona. University itself rejected by the town of Tucson, which would be its home, only saved by a donation of land from, and I quote, 2 gamblers and a saloon keeper. Also, what you need to know also what you need to know about Arizona is that one time Dennis Dixon's knee blew up there, and that was the happiest night in the history of Arizona football.
That's it. Moving on, we have Oregon. Phil Knight.
Phil Knight.
Don't I? And then there's Oregon State. No one knows anything about Oregon State except Dennis Erickson was there allegedly.
Allegedly. But keep in mind, Dennis Erickson coached there, and they actually won, unlike UCLA and Washington, who were both coached by Rick Neuheisel, who also coached Colorado. And all you need to know about that is don't ever let Rick Neuheisel coach your football team.
He will end up coaching your entire conference into the ground. But speaking of UCLA...
Capable of spending about 5 unpowered days in space without suffering grievous damage. That became a non-issue when power was applied to the Canaveral-2, and that will be the major activity of today's spacewalk. The spacewalk is expected to last just a little bit over 7 hours. Houston, EV1 from airlock, count check.
So, realignment of the Pac-12 stable this year. No new members since they expanded to add Colorado and Utah. Let's go ahead and just review the weather, because if there's one thing Pac-12 fans need to do, take your environment, become angrier. Use what nature gives you.
You need to aggro up a little bit, for gosh sakes.
Because SEC fans and Big 12 fans will just kill you.
Eat you up alive. Let's start in Oregon, where it rains all the time, but it's a fast rain. It's a rain that'll just drill holes in your head if you don't put a metal helmet by Nike on.
Unless you're at Oregon State, where the rain's unpredictable. You never know when it's gonna hit. 1 year, 5-7. Next year, win 10 games.
There's also the weather at UCLA, which is already broken.
Yeah, it's perfect weather, and no one takes advantage of it. Also, USC, the weather's absolutely perfect, the people are beautiful, the campus is well maintained, your football team's excellent, you have no reason to be angry.
There's Stanford weather, where the tree has lips.
Yeah.
That's not even a weather comment, that's just crazy. They have a tree with lips.
Remember, only place in the Pac-12 with a dormitory called Narnia Hall.
There's the weather at Cal, which, as we previously discussed, is an earthquake.
Yeah, earthquake weather, as in literally an earthquake. Sorry for the Beck illusion, it was necessary. Also, looking ahead, the weather in Colorado. Could be snow, it could be rain, could be sunshine, but it's
Probably just fog.
It's probably just fog, man. Fog, you know what I mean?
The weather in Utah, I don't know anything at all about Utah.
But I
it's
bet- but-
salty, I'm assuming.
But I bet it's nice.
It's probably really nice.
Mormon hail.
There's Arizona/Arizona State, where it's super hot. It's like a dry 370 degrees, so it's great for your skin.
It is. Everything turns
Just
to
look at
pita.
Dennis
If you leave something outside, it just turns to pita chips. You know, for example, pita, bread, steak. You can put John Malkovich out there. They did. He turned to pita chips.
Yeah, you saw it happen.
By the way, 2-for-1 deal. Buy 1 bag of John Malkovich pita chips, get another bag free.
I recommend the sour cream and onion John Malkovich.
Delicious.
There's Washington State, where Voyager 3 is currently circling in orbit, hoping to reach Pullman, and soon we'll find out what the weather's like there.
Yeah, no one's ever been there. I think now that we're heading into the fourth quarter, we're missing something. It's the Big 11 team!
Big 11 teen coming on. This time around, power rankings for mascots / teams, because, of course, in NCAA 13, which you should go buy right now, you can play as a team of mascots.
And in honor of that, we're going to go ahead and start our rankings. Number 1, coincidentally, the best team in the Pac-12, in our opinion. A bit of a surprise, the Duck. And why the Duck?
Well, have you ever tried to take anything away from a duck, you lose all your fingers and quickly.
That's how Michael Jackson died. 2, USC, the Trojans. It's cheating because you really get a lot of things in picking one mascot. You get a guy, you get a sword, you get a horse, you get a porn producer.
It's also entirely mythical, much like Reggie Bush. Coming in at 3rd in the Pac-12, team / mascot, Stanford. As we've said, it's a tree with lips. And I'm just not gonna stop freaking out about that, really.
Washington. Let's go ahead and do this because the Husky, it's both a dog and a pant size for embarrassed young men.
Nothing to be ashamed of. Just go play video games. Number 5, the Utah Utes. The team's so nice they named it twice. A Ute, of course, is a person from Utah.
Remember, Beavers? Oh, Oregon State, we're going to put them 6th. The next bit of a surprise But remember, much like Oregon State football, they're capable of covering themselves in sticks and mud so nobody sees them for years at a time.
Number 7, Arizona State. They're named after Satan, but it's kind of a sub-Satan, like an assistant Satan, like a Satan to be named later, or like a Satan in waiting.
Notary public Satan.
Yeah,
that's really what.
Like a Bill Stewart is gonna try to get this Satan fired.
Yeah, paralegal. Like the paralegal of the demonic world. That's what the Sun Devil is.
Number 8, the UCLA Bruin. He's got one working limb, and he's recruited a bunch of rappers for his team, but it's still a bear. I mean, even if it can't move, it's still a bear.
Yeah, Arizona, we're gonna mark you down because a wildcat, that could really be a feral cat eating out of a dumpster. Could be anything.
Yeah, and your motto is bear down.
Yeah, not compatible.
Some sort of hybrid beast.
That's Arizona thinking there.
The Cal Golden Bears. I mean, quite frankly, a bear is terrifying, but this one's made of gold. Like, it's not even gonna move. It conducts heat extremely well.
Yeah.
Like, the bear's innards are just fried.
So baller, good investment, yes,
But it's
great in the ring, no.
Number 11, we're disappointed to have to rank Wazoo so low because the Cougars, all they do is they like wash their cars in their little shorts, and they're kind of too old to do that. And
Yeah.
like you look, but it's like you don't want your friends to see you looking.
Yeah.
Like, it's just gross.
It's also awkward at like parties and they get a little tipsy and stuff,
It's just-
you know. Really perfect for Mike Leach though. We wish him luck.
Number 12, the Colorado Buffaloes. Sadly, buffaloes are extinct.
There are no more. The one that you see trotting out before the game, Ralphie, is actually 2 dudes in a buffalo suit. And those 2 dudes, the creators of South Park, Matt Stone and Trey Parker.
That show is also extinct.
Poor guys. All right. So
what do you think about the future of Pac-12 realignment? I mean, like, do they ever get Texas and Oklahoma aboard? or-
you know, I mean, that's sort of science fiction at this point, but I think more realistic candidates for expansion.
Even Nevada, maybe?
Nevada, or maybe moving over to, you know, a growing program in Texas, right? Like a TCU eventually.
Okay.
If that's not firm. I mean, even maybe geographically it's a stretch, but maybe Hawaii.
Well, you could go out to Hawaii. I mean, like, Larry Scott wants to expand to China, and that would kind of
Bridge to
cross
Asia,
the-
yeah.
Guys, it's Boise State.
Oh my God, it's Boise State.
Is this the Pac-12?
No, this is not the Pac-12. The Pac-12 is over
head
there.
east.
Yeah.
Listen, Boise, just head
Yeah,
east.
that's
keep
it.
Going.
Just follow the ball.
Follow that punt,
Follow
and you'll
that
land
punt.
in the Big East.
That's right. Love what you do. Just keep doing
Thanks,
it over
buddy.
there. And
As
keep
long
going
as
that
you're way
way.
over there, you're doing fine.
That's right. Yeah. Go Broncos. Yeah.
We're gonna do fireworks in just a minute.
Yay!